What's good, YouTube? You're back with the Prez, and today I'm going to bring you something different. These next couple of training sessions of mine, which you're going to see recorded and posted, I'm going to be taking a break from doing any type of calisthenics, weight training. My main focus for the next couple of days is going to be just resistance bands. I hope you guys can notice it on camera. This is my right arm, fully locked out right now. As you guys, I don't know if you guys can notice, I hope you can, that it's not fully getting that extension. It looks like there's still a little bend in the elbow. Even though I'm fully locking it out, even though I'm fully locking my arm out, I can feel it. I cannot get a full extension. It cracks all the time, and every time it cracks, I feel like it goes through a deeper range of motion. So it's very stiff, this elbow joint. Compared to my left arm and my left joint, everything's feeling smooth in this arm, no pain at all. Elbow injuries are very common when doing calisthenics, especially doing weighted stuff. It's a lot of repetition, up and down. Common injury, tennis elbow. Just like if tennis players, handball players get a lot of elbow injuries. So for the next couple of days, I'm going to take a step back and I'm only be using resistance bands. Now remember, resistance bands are not going to cause muscle breakdown or real damage to the muscle. They're just going to pump some blood in it, get oxygen to the muscles, keep them active, keep some nutrients coming by the blood flow to the muscle. And again, it's not going to be we're not going to be trying to build muscle using the bands. Their main goal is just to get blood flow to the muscles, keep them active when you're not training them so hard, and try to maintain what you have built so far with the resistance training you've been doing. So, I got 4 bands with me. I got a 10-pound, a 20-pound, a 30-pound, and a 40-pound resistance band. I'm gonna do a full upper body session today. It's gonna be 1 isolation movement, 1 compound movement for each muscle group. It's gonna be a lot of volume. We're gonna get a nice pump off this. And this routine can be done by anybody. All you need is resistance bands. You don't gotta use no bar work, nothing. So again, if you're nursing an injury, you're looking for a deload week, or just a little break from training in general, take a step back, use resistance bands for a few days, let your body recover, and come back stronger the next week. So follow along, let's get it. First up, like always, we're starting with shoulders. So first isolation movement you're gonna see me do with the bands, I'm just gonna do lateral raises. I got the 10-pound resistance band on me. You're gonna see, on my reps, I'm gonna come only down to about 6 inches from my waist to keep that tension on, and I'm gonna only come just about shoulder level. I'm not gonna go higher than my shoulders, and I'm not gonna break that 6-inch angle from my waist to keep the constant tension in the delts. So, we're going for 12 to 15 reps, 3 rounds of this. So, all you guys gotta do to set this up, get your resistance band, step on it with both feet, grab both handles, and raise your arms from the shoulder. Remember, focus on lifting from the muscle you want to work. And here we're working our side delt. So in your head, imagine you're lifting your arm from the side delt. And you'll notice I'm not going down all the way to my waist. I'm keeping the resistance constant throughout every rep. And that's another benefit of the bands, is you get that constant tension on the eccentric and on the concentric rep. 15 reps. We're taking very short breaks here. 30 to 45-second max. Keep a lot of blood flowing into the muscle. Let's go. Here we go, set 2, side lateral raises. Again, 45 seconds to 1 minute break max in between these sets.
Mixed all in it, authentic, y'all rent it, y'all stuck in your old ways. Kill them all, fuck what the law say. Came through, made them all sit, had them all sick. Lined them up on the wall just to watch them fall quick. Working like a slave for it, pulling all-nighters like we getting paid for it. They said I wasn't made for it, trying to make as much just to say look what I made for it. I don't need a choke.
Alright, hold up. I gotta interrupt this video for 2 things. First, I want to shout out my boy Kepstar. All the music snippets you hear throughout this video are going to be coming from my boy at Kepstar. He's been on his music grind for day 1, years now. Been doing his thing, so go follow him at Kepstar. Number 2, I want to shout out all my fans, everybody that shows me love constantly. Philly, I see you guys. I really appreciate all the comments, all the respect, all the love you guys been showing me. Also, Europe, South America, South Africa, Asia, Canada, Amsterdam, Netherlands, Norway, Australia. I see you guys. I appreciate you guys. South America. Whoever I didn't mention, my bad. Also, I try to get back to all my comments. You guys know that I try to respond to everybody. If I miss a comment, my bad. So, let's get back to the video. Alright, let's go. Set 3. And like I mentioned, this is a full upper body routine. That's why you're gonna see I'm doing 3 sets of isolations first before I get into my compound movement. Same as if I was working out with weights or on the bars in general. Same scheme. All right, here we go. Getting into the first press in motion for our shoulders, first compound movement. But again, same thing, we're using the resistance bands. I strapped on the 40-pound band for this one, and we're gonna do standing military press. But no dumbbells, we're gonna be using the resistance bands, like I said. So I'm gonna anchor on a low push-up bar. If you don't got a low anchor, all you gotta do, step on the band just like this, press it up. 1, 2. We're going for 15 reps a clip, 1 minute break in between each set. So as you'll see, my park has these low push-up bars that I'm able to use as an anchor for these shoulder presses. Now one more thing you can notice, when I'm using this anchor, the line, the range of motion is now, instead of being completely vertical, top to bottom, it's now on a slight angle. As you'll notice, I'm pushing my arm slightly forward, staying in the same line as the band. When you're working with bands and cables, you want to follow the line of the band. You don't want to go against it. That's how you're going to get the optimal stretch and the optimal resistance in the eccentric and the concentric range. So here you're going to see, I'm following the line of the band. I'm pressing on that same angle that the band is in.
That verifies you can't hold me. I moved on, why you still competing with the old me? Praying for my downfall, I don't believe you holy. Sold your soul solely for these hoes. No, you ain't my
Same thing as the isolation movement with these presses. We're going 15 reps. We're only taking 1 minute breaks, keeping the rest period short. Keep a lot of blood flowing to the muscle. Gonna get a nice pump. And here, for set 3, I'm gonna do it standing on the band for those who don't have an anchor to see how it's done. Remember, 15 reps, I'm only taking 1 minute breaks in between each set so far. Set 3 right now. Make sure the band is even. Rack it up. Same thing as we did with the side lateral raises. All we gotta do is step on the band with both feet, rack it up as if we had 2 dumbbells in our hand, and press straight up. And here you're gonna notice, the line of the band is completely vertical. That's why I'm pressing completely vertical as if I had dumbbells in my hand. Elbows to the ear is the cue to get that full contraction with a shoulder press. So let's get it. Last set, 15 reps.
Rolling through the city in a Uber, deeper than a scuba, please excuse us. Moving with the shakers and the movers.
So like I said, 3 sets of these shoulder presses, 1 minute break. That's gonna wrap it up for the first shoulder routine of the day. All right, so I rested about a minute after my shoulder presses, and I'm getting on to the first isolation exercise for chest now. I'm gonna use the 40-pound band again, but if this is too heavy for you, use a lower resistance. If this is too light, go up to a heavier band. First exercise we're gonna do is flies for our chest. Isolation movement, get a lot of blood pumping to the chest muscles right now. So I'm gonna anchor up on here, but you could use anything. A pole like this, a gate, a fence, anything you could use to anchor your band. So all we're doing is flying here. Taking a step out, right there.
Shake some legends as I move up, an underdog surrounded by losers. Give me space, let me work, let me prove to 'em. I'm coming for your head, you talking loose to 'em. Speaking on my name like I lost it, quit or forfeited. This talk, it makes me nauseous. It was fun and games in the beginning, but the game is only fun if you win it. These rappers make a name chasing women instead of success. I guess the game's played different, they'll change and stay in it. Said it was a grind. Said it takes time, yeah I know. Guess they weren't lying. Fuck that, they always lying. They said it was a grind. They said it takes time, yeah I know. I guess they weren't lying. Fuck that, they always lying.
So, just like the lateral raises, for this isolation we're going 3 sets, 15 reps, 30 to 45 second breaks max. Short break periods. We want a lot of blood to flow to the chest right now. Really gonna blow it up, get a nice pump going. Let's go, set 2. So you're gonna notice, when I bring my arms together, I tend to bring my pinkies, which means I'm twisting my wrists slightly. For me, that gives me a deeper contraction in my chest. You guys don't have to try that movement. All you want to do in your head, imagine you're bringing your elbows together. That's going to bring a peak contraction of the chest muscles. They're not going to ever be able to touch, but in your head you want to imagine you're bringing your elbows together, not your hands together. That's how you contract the chest. Let's go, last set, set 3.
Line them up, knock them down. Yeah. They said it was a grind. They said it takes time, yeah, I know. I guess they weren't lying. Every time I
3 sets, 15 reps, 30 to 45 second breaks for those chest flies. That's the isolation movement for chest. I'm gonna rest 1 minute, 2 minutes now. Get into the first, well, the only chest motion of the day. All right, so the exercise we're gonna be working on today for our chest, the main movement, is resistance band presses. You could do this in the gym with a cable. This is also gonna simulate doing dumbbell presses, bench press. It's gonna be working the same range of motion, same recruitment pattern for the muscles. But again, we're using resistance bands, so we're not gonna make it breaking down and tearing down muscle fibers like we would if we were doing weights or barbells or weighted calisthenics. So we're going again, 3 sets, 12 to 15 reps, 1 minute break in between each set. So you're gonna notice with these reps, I'm really trying to keep my elbows and my arms high on these sets. I'm really trying to focus on getting a nice contraction in the middle to upper chest area. I get a lot of lower chest work when I'm doing my weighted dips and dips in general. So I always feel like the mid and the upper could get a little extra work, especially when I'm doing dumbbells and weights like that. I like to target that a little more. So here I'm trying to focus on keeping the elbows high and really focusing on squeezing and getting a nice contraction in that mid to upper chest area.
try to climb, then cut the rope. I fell straight to the bottom, got problems, I don't really wanna talk about them, no. I've been down this road too many times to be afraid. I close my eyes when I walk down it. It's crazy how they hate you when you make it, try to make you feel wrong for getting on. Damn. They can tell you that they love.
So, like I mentioned earlier, when using resistance bands, they allow for resistance in both range of motion, in the eccentric and in the concentric. So, with these reps, I'm really trying to get a nice deep stretch on the eccentric rep, deeper than I would go than if I had a barbell or dumbbells in my hand, because the load is not great. It's not a heavy load. It's not going to impinge my shoulder or risk me for injury, but I'm able to get a nice stretch on that eccentric, deep stretch and press out. All right, set 3. So I'm going to demonstrate this set using these railings that you're going to find in any park. Again, you can use a fence, anything you can find to anchor the straps to. So set 3, chest presses. So that's another great thing about resistance bands. You could pretty much use them anywhere. You could find an anchor in just about anything. Like I said, here I'm using a railing. Before I was using a pole. If you don't have either of those, you could use a tree. You could find a fence, link it through a fence. It don't matter. They're a very versatile piece of equipment. And again, like I said, before I was demonstrating using them just by standing on them. So a great piece of equipment you should keep in your arsenal at all times when you're looking for a deload or just for a different type of workout in general. You want a lighter workout, definitely recommend getting yourself a pair of resistance bands.
Your song, but they only sing along when you gone. Staring out the world through my rear view. Pock shit, I just did a buck driving past the coppers. Fuck speeding.
So, like I said, 3 sets, 15 reps of those chest presses, 12 to 15 reps, whatever level you're at. And again, I'm using the 40-pound band. You could lower the band if you need to, or even go heavier. 1 minute break. We're keeping those breaks strict 1 minute, so we get a nice pump, a lot of blood flow to the muscle. We're not letting it disperse too much. We're getting right on to the next set. I'm gonna rest 2 minutes now, and then I'm gonna get into back. All right, moving on to back. First exercise you're gonna see, you have seen in previous clips when I'm training my clients. I'm gonna be doing resistance band rows. I also do this exercise in a lot of my warm-up routines. Again, this is gonna be a rowing motion. You're gonna just warm up the lats, get a lot of blood flow to the lats and the back area in general. So, follow along to see how it's done. And again, I'm gonna strap on to this railing so you guys can see that you could do it anywhere. Find a railing in a park, that's all you need to get it done.
That ain't even why they stopped us. They only pulled me over for a profit. Even less money in my pocket. I'm still chasing dreams, damn, how much you got left? How much I could give everything and it's still.
Remember, when doing a rowing movement, same thing like when doing a pull-up. You want to initiate the pull from your elbows. You want to drive your elbows back and get a deep contraction. Bring your elbows back as far as you can and squeeze your back muscles. That's how you're gonna get full contraction of the back.
Won't be enough, I've been holding it down for too long, too strong to lose control of it now, you know. I want more than 15 minutes, roll up with the OJ and clear, mixed all in it, authentic.
So in that first set, you'll notice when I'm doing my rows, I'm in a half squat, holding that squat position. You do not need to get in that position. You could do it standing upright with a slight bend in your knees. So I'm gonna demonstrate that variation right now. So the reason why in the first clip you saw me half squatting is just because it engages a little more of the lower body. More core activation, more quad activation. Remember, resistance bands are going to be causing resistance in both ranges of motion. So when it pulls you forward in that eccentric motion, the band is going to want to tend to pull your body forward. Having that good grounded state from your feet, having your quads engaged and your glutes engaged is going to keep you stable. So being in that squat position is just going to give you a better base in general. But again, not necessary as I demonstrated in this set. And remember, 3 sets, 30 to 45 second break max between these rows. Let's go, set 3. Here we go, last set. You're going to see I move the band back to another pole just to show that you could use, again, any anchor for this exercise. A railing, a pole, a tree, a fence. All you got to do is anchor it, wrap it around something, and start rowing.
Y'all in it, y'all stuck in your old ways. Kill them all, fuck what the law say. Came through, made them all sit, had them all sick. Lined them up on the wall just to watch them fall quick. Working like a slave for it. Pulling all-nighters like we getting paid for it.
Remember, 3 sets for the isolation movement. We're going to rest 1 minute. Then we're getting into the main pull movement for back. Alright, so the main pull exercise for the day, I have this band, 40-pound resistance band again. I have it anchored over this jungle gym. We're going to be mimicking pull-ups, mimicking a lat pull-down in the gym if we were using cables. So, I have it strapped over 2 bars on the monkey bars. And what you're going to do, you're going to get on your knees, keeping that upright torso, and we're going to mimic a pull-up or a lat pull-down. So watch how it goes. Watch this little movement right here. First thing I did right there was I depressed my shoulder blades. You want to bring your shoulder blades down and back before you start this pull movement. Same thing as if you were on a pull-up bar. You want to retract the shoulder blades, get that scapula engaged before you initiate the pull. Same thing when we're doing with these lat pull downs here.
They said I wasn't made for it. Trying to make as much just to say, look what I made for it. I don't need a trophy that verifies you can hold me. I moved on, why you still competing with the old me? Praying for my downfall, I don't believe you're holy. So just solely for these hoes, no you ain't my homie. Rolling through the city in a Uber, deeper than a scuba, please excuse us. Moving with the shakers and the movers. Handshake some legends as I move up. An underdog surrounded by losers. Give me space, let me work, let me prove to them. I'm coming for your head, you talking loose to them. Speaking on my name like I lost it, quit or forfeit.
So, just like with every other main movement of the day, doing 15 reps with 1 minute break. Let's go. Alright, set 2. So set 1 with the 40-pound band was really light for me. Wasn't really feeling much resistance. So I added a 30-pound band to it. So now I got a 40 and a 30-pound to 70 pounds resistance. We're gonna do the same movement. 15 reps, let's go.
And I got both of y'all that I got the, like when y'all get on, it pops up. I don't know if you have that shit. You gotta have you gotta put in like a big
You can notice on these reps, I'm not coming to full lockout on the way up. So I'm getting a good contraction on the way down, driving my elbows down as far down and back as I can. And on the eccentric portion, right before lockout, I'm letting my arms just extend and then I'm bringing them right back down. So no lockout on these reps. I'm keeping the constant tension on the lats the whole time.
Too many years in, I thought I'd be on top now. Trying to ride the wave till you get knocked down. I can't keep falling. When everybody watching, feeling like they called it. I know what I gotta do, why am I stalling? Problems all I got since trying to turn a profit. Been down without options. Only way out is to be locked in, and I got this. Nothing but hope inside my pockets. Next to the keys, Khaled calling me the locksmith. And I ain't chasing the same things that I used to want.
Don't forget, mind-muscle connection is very important, especially when you're using the bands. Look at my back contract each rep. I'm really focusing on squeezing each muscle. I'm squeezing my back as tight as I can on each rep going down. Getting a nice 1 second, half a second squeeze each rep. And remember, not locking out on the way up, keeping that resistance and that tension constant. Look at that. Every muscle you could see flex in the back when I contract fully. Look at that. Boom. Eccentric slow. Boom. Squeeze on the way down.
And I don't care for the bullshit that people usually on. I feel worse for the people that choose to do me wrong. See you changing with every outfit that you put on. It's all in that, but how was I supposed to know? You get academy.
Alright, so we hit shoulders, we hit chest, we hit back. Now you don't always see me training arms, but when I'm doing resistance band training, I'll throw some bicep and some tricep training in. So I'm just gonna do 2 sets for each muscle group. Back-to-back supersets. So the bars you're gonna see, just staying on the band, simple. Just curls, 15 reps. Here again, I'm using the 40-pound resistance band, getting a nice stretch on the way down, not coming to full lockout, keeping that tension, and on the way up, a nice squeeze, good contraction, getting the arms pumped, a lot of blood flowing. And again, it's a superset, so right after this bicep movement, you're gonna see going right into triceps.
Me awards for your performance, what a show it's been. Too long, I've been waiting for my moment. No more waiting for what's mine, it's time to own it. Yeah, cause I don't wanna fall. Been there before, and I've seen it all.
I'm going straight to tricep kickback. So, how are we gonna do it with the band? Same standing on it, we're gonna have our palms forward now. Elbows in, just gonna kick back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 15 curls, 15 tricep kickbacks. That's 1 set. Do 2 rounds of that to end off the routine for the day. Remember, so resistance band training, I'm not here to break down muscle or cause damage to myself. Just get some blood flow to the muscles, some volume work in. Remember, blood brings oxygen and nutrients to the muscles, helps you recover. I told you, I'm nursing an elbow injury, so I'm keeping it light. I'm not gonna be doing any added resistance training besides this band work for the next couple days. So stay tuned, and remember, this routine can be done by anybody, any level, advanced, beginner, newbie, overweight, old woman, elderly, old man, it don't matter. You don't gotta be a calisthenics enthusiast to do this, and you don't gotta be injured to do this routine. Bands are great for maintaining what you have and just getting the body moving, working through those ranges of motion, and just like I said, getting blood, oxygen, and nutrients to the muscles. So this can be done by any level, any age group. Bands are not gonna break down muscle, they're not gonna cause any damage, they're not gonna really make you sore. So, like always, hope you enjoy this routine. Stay tuned, BARNATURALS. And you already know, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, BARNATURALS. Peace out.